All right, we're back after the preseason game, getting slaughtered by the Broncos. Jim and I are here to talk about it, break it down, talk about the upcoming week versus the Raiders. All right, here we go. We finally have some real football to talk about, Jim. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I just feel good from the aspect that we got to watch football. So that was good. Got
Depending
to
on
play.
how you look at it, it was good.
Well, um, I, these joint practice weeks are tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it sounds like from all accounts that things went pretty well in joint practices this week, which is
Yeah.
good because most of the starters are playing. The problem that we kind of talked a little bit about last week is that the Niners' depth is so thin that, you know, it was actually kind of nice to be able to see a lot of the twos and threes play against Denver's first offense, from a
Mm-hmm.
defense perspective, right? Um, did they play very well? I thought the beginning of the game, they played pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, I thought as the game went on, uh, there was definitely some stamina issues, I think. Um, then you start getting into we're playing guys that are just,
Guys are going to be working at CVS in a few weeks,
yeah,
unfortunately.
guys are going to be personal training at Equinox. I mean, just you know, but uh, I think overall was good. Um, I thought offense was, really not playing anybody. Again,
Yeah.
the glaring issues there of if somebody gets hurt on the offensive line, especially a tackle. The
Tackle's
biggest
an
issue,
issue.
well, the biggest issue I see with tackle is not only the depth, but typically guys have a guy that is like they call their swing tackle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a guy you can plug and play. If a guy gets dinged up a little bit, if a guy has to miss a game or two, like you're probably not going to be able to win all year with that guy,
Yeah.
but you'll be able to, get by for a game or two, right? I thought that
Band-aid it.
I
Right.
thought they certainly improved that at quarterback, right? With Mac Jones, like you could go win a game or two with Mac Jones, right?
Yeah.
You have no problems there. They improved that. Um, but man, the injury bug, I just don't.
The only thing I can say on it is, and I really hope being the highest level of professional athletes and organization that the Niners are, is that they're examining everything. Everything from the nutrition plan to the weightlifting they're doing to the recovery. I know people are going on about the stretching. They talked about like before the joint practice, Denver was out there lined up, stretching like a high school team, then doing dynamic stretching. The Niners kind of came out and just did some dynamic stretching and popped right into the drills. And it was like, okay, there was a glaring difference there between one team doing it and not. I'm not saying that's the case, but like everything
Yeah, I mean
should
that's
be evaluated right now.
yeah. I mean,
Everything.
on the other hand, just to play devil's advocate, right? The Niners are at their home facility. They could have
Totally.
stretched,
In the
in
weight
their
room.
own
And
weight
yeah,
room,
for
right?
sure.
Everybody's got a different plan. People will get like so up in arms about that, like these beat writers who, I hate to be that person, right? But have never put on a set of pads and a helmet in their entire life, right? You and I both know, not having played at anywhere near that level, but everybody has their own process, right?
Right.
Some of our guys were doing coke in the hallways before the game. Other guys were having a beer, tall can. Other people were stretching, right? Like whatever you kind of need to do to get
What a high
yourself
level
ready, right?
program we played at.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we were closer to the longest yard than the fucking NFL. But um yeah, I
But
mean,
but there's no doubt that there's a systematic problem that they have, and they can't even do one-on-one drills right now because they're so lean with 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks left of camp. Like
they
they're
re-signed
working
Jeff
out
Wilson.
guys.
They re-signed Jeff Wilson Jr. He's
They're
back.
working out receivers today I haven't heard of. Like I've legit never heard of two of the guys. I'm like,
Uh,
okay, I don't know
uh,
what's going on here. So
Again, my I just think that we should have prioritized drafting maybe a receiver a little bit higher than, I get it. Sala, we talked about it last time. I'm quite sure of it now, going back and looking at it. Part of his conditions were coming back were like, hey, you're going to have to let me have some higher picks in the draft, or we're going to have to spend in free agency on D line.
Yeah.
That really wasn't the direction that they went. Shanahan's got some weird thing about paying any offensive lineman really besides Trent Williams, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's now put them in a really bad spot.
Yeah. I get it. And some of the undrafted free agents that were available. I mean, there's guys that are out there, and I posted it on Twitter this morning. Like, here's 5 guys that are probably going to be on the outside looking in and their team getting cut. And, they should be absolutely on top of that, looking to sign multiple guys, that do not make the team. Or, as like right before the trade down day, maybe we'll trade this guy for like a 7th just to get some comp back, right? Like someone you've identified. So there's guys that are out there, but I think when you go back to it, like you said, the game, obviously we're not at practice. We don't get the full insight necessarily. What we see, all we have is the game itself. I thought there were some guys that definitely stood out, good and bad. We've kind of pulled some clips here, for everyone that we're going to go through and break down. I think guys like, obviously Chase Lucas, the DB, had like the game of his life. Not really expecting that to happen again, but that's a good sign if that guy can be like your 3rd or 4th corner, or 4th corner, let's say, behind, Renardo Green, Demo, and obviously Upton Stout. But I think Marcus Siegel looked pretty good at safety. You brought up the offensive line, and I want to pull up a few clips here because I'm with you. The tackles are a major concern behind Trent and Colton McKivitz. Gigantic concern. We've talked ad nauseum about the center concern for sure. But I think the guard position, kind of picked up today a little bit, and I went back and rewatched it. Dude, I think they have a few guys here, and Moss and Colby, that are going to be pretty good. These guys are late round and undrafted guys here. So we'll kind of freeze frame it. You've got Colby playing left guard. You've got Moss playing right guard here. We'll just kind of run it through. But if you look at this reach block, I know he gets help from the center. Jim, obviously you're our offensive lineman guru since that's what you played in college. But this reach here is a pretty good block by both of these guys. So I'll kind of let it play through.
Yeah,
they get on and they're moving.
Yeah, I mean, both of the guards right away, right? Left guard gets 95, gets his shoulder, gets him running, right? But the block on 94 to seal off the backside, I think, is just as good of a block, right?
He's totally got him turning because you can see the running lane starting to open right here.
Again, the tackle issues, right? That tackle is chasing a guy that's already been blocked.
This guy needs to be on 47.
Yeah, he needs to be coming up to 47, and whoever this receiver is on the backside, I can't quite see there, needs to be turned up looking to block 51.
Right.
Okay, he gets
34
cut right there,
depending,
right?
Yeah.
Or 34. So they're doubling that guy. I don't know where this running back is looking. Right.
Because the hole's there.
The hole is right there between 34, right at number 34, the strong safety, right? I mean, it's there.
The play's there.
There's some cleanup that needs to be done, right? I'm sorry, 47 needs to be blocked. We cut 51 on the line, and then you leave one guy in the hole. But yeah, look at that. If we get somebody on 34 instead of this guy, this number that was the tight end. Okay, so a tight end, right, is just like not using his eyes right there. He needs to be on 34. We cut number 51 the end, and we're off to the races. But the guards do a really nice job. The center does a nice job. Interior does a pretty solid job on that play. But yeah, I think that there are some guys at the guard position. I would love to see if Colby specifically could swing out to play some tackle, right?
Well, what I've been hearing too is Colby at left guard, and you might see Drew Moss mix in at some center, which would be music to my ears, because if you can get your interior line going forward becomes Pooney, Colby, and Drew Moss at center. Now you're in business, right?
Well, then you also got Ben Barch, right? Barch came off the NFI. He played a little bit in this game. then you've got some stuff to work with, right? Like
Right,
I think that the
exactly.
center spots specifically should just be an open competition right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
that's good protection right there.
it's really good protection. And you watch, like, let's just watch Colby at left guard. Like, he's kind of helping, he's moving, he's keeping his eyes up. Like, he's got one hand on the nose, right? Or was it the DN that crashed down? But
Yeah.
he's looking for someone else coming in. Like, okay, we're good there.
They try and run a little stunt, to the inside. That doesn't work. They clean
Right.
everything up. It's
Right guard
whoever the
mans up
fuck's
on his
playing,
guy.
whatever random
What's that?
dickhead we had playing quarterback right here, right?
Dude, it's so
Doesn't
bad.
step up in the pocket, or he's probably got a much easier throw, right? He's got his feet in the fucking mud. But,
Right.
I mean,
It's a good
I,
pickup.
yeah, right
I
tackle. I
mean,
think the
outside of
right.
the right tackle getting absolutely rocked
Well,
here.
they
But I
they
think
did.
this was a penalty hands to
Yeah,
the
they got
face.
a penalty on this play because the fucking defensive end just grabbed our right tackle's face mask and
Yeah,
just.
like you can't just ride that throat all the way into the quarterback.
I
So
mean,
I thought
I
that
don't
was
hate the
pretty good.
move. Don't
Pretty
hate the
good
move.
protection there by Moss and Colby for sure.
Yeah.
And then the other one that I have here, we'll kind of go back, let it play through. This is I think, a really good play because if you go back and I'll let you break it down, being kind of the expert here. You've got Moss, obviously gets some help with the chip here from the tackle, but awesome reach block on this guy. Colby's a little slow to get to the linebacker, but that's a really tough block. You're kind of hoping for the cutback, but
It's a long way to run. You're
it's
chasing that guy.
linebackers are moving off the
Yeah.
snap. So, but Moss getting this hook block right here on the right, or I'm sorry, at right guard, our left.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's a good block.
Yeah.
And what I like about
That's
Moss is he doesn't stop his feet. Like, he
yeah.
keeps going. And honestly, by him pushing this guy downfield, kind of saves the left guard because he pushes him right into the linebacker.
Yeah. You just like to see the right tackle finish the block on 47. He gets his hands on him.
And you're
47 does a
cooking.
nice job getting his hands off, right? As
Right.
linebackers are taught to do. And now we get, a near
Yeah.
block in the back right there. Um, it's a bummer because before, I think he's too far outside the tackle box. Now, I mean, you would have just cut that guy before, right?
Right.
Like that is like a play, the guy's running, you just fucking roll in front of him, take out you shoot for the outer thigh, right? And you would just have that.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can't just push that guy. You have to try and get in front of him with your
Yeah.
body somehow. And you got to try and move your hips. You got to attack the outside shoulder. He attacks the inside shoulder and it does nothing for that guy, right?
Right.
So again, the tackles are a major concern, right? You're also, you're benefiting from, when we get the ones in there, you've got Kittle and Luke Farrell at tight end who are both extremely good blockers, right?
And
So,
the other one, as much crap as we give them, like, use check is a really good blocker. Like, you watch
yes.
the fullback here, he just runs into the same guy. Like,
Yeah,
use check would maybe hit him and then bounce off and get someone else. Like, these plays are gonna be there.
yeah. The run scheme is
So
good, right? We know that. And that's why,
for sure.
traditionally Shanahan doesn't, even his dad, right? They never prioritize spending high draft picks or spending a lot of money on offensive line because they're very, very confident in the scheme, which
Right.
is fine with the ones in there. But again, if any of these guys go down,
It's an issue.
it's going to be tough.
Now, the other guy that really stood out, and kind of kicking over to defense here, because like you said, it's really hard to evaluate the offense when you have quarterbacks who are going to be, like coaching JV football in a
I mean,
couple
they
weeks.
they already cut Mordecai again.
Yeah, I saw
It's
that.
like
The one guy that I thought, I mean, Sebastian Valdez played really well, but Kalia Davis, oh my word, he played good. So
yeah.
he's lined up right here, kind of as the right defensive tackle, the way we're looking. Dude, talk about power here. Like, just explodes into 77
Yeah,
and then
just
keeps going.
yeah.
But, like, dude, talk about just owning your man and your gaps. Like, this ball, I know is supposed to go out, but there is no cutback because he just flatbacks the guard.
Well, it's nice because it allows the linebackers to keep running to the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
48's out of position already. As soon as the line shifts like that, he needs to get more to the other hash. And then,
Right.
needs to use his eyes to see that the middle, he does a little stutter step around the right hash marks, right?
Yeah,
And he's got to see that the center of the line, there's nowhere to run. So why are you stopping?
right.
Right? Like,
And you
I
got
don't
to
know.
hank
I
that
mean,
tackle there, 25. Like, that's
yeah,
the way the defense is set up. But Kalia Davis takes out the guard, runs him into the tight end. Just a really good play by him.
really, really
Um,
positive. I mean, look, he
Jesus.
just fucking kicks that guy's ass, right?
Yeah. And then this play stood out to me for him as well. So I rewind it here. He is lined up right there as the left defensive tackle,
Yeah.
93. Gotta go back here. Dude, the way he moves and sheds and then gets down the line of scrimmage, like
Chases it down from the backside. I
I'm not going to
mean,
say this is some Aaron Donald stuff, but this is some Aaron Donald type stuff. Like this is the kind of stuff he used to do where he was just unblockable. So
yeah.
fights through the reach block, goes underneath it, which is bold, but he makes up for it because he's so quick. Like,
Well, I mean,
dude,
with all the capital that they spent on defensive line,
what a play.
they're going to need to have a good rotation. So I think it's encouraging to see some of this stuff, right? I don't know. I think Gross Matos should be back in about another week
Mm-hmm.
or so,
Yep.
right? With the rookies, you could have a really, really nice rotation. They
Yeah.
signed another. They signed another guy yesterday, Travis Gibson. He was a fifth round pick in 2020. Just been kind of a journeyman. Bears, Titans, Jags, Seahawks last year. Um, we'll see what he can do, right? Might be more of a camp body, but really, if we can find a good group of guys that can rotate through on the defensive line in the center, um, I think it'll be really nice. And I think that we're showing too with some of the guys that we picked up on the edges, right? I'm hoping that we'll have a nice rotation out there too. So it's not always, Bosa having to play 95% of the snaps every game.
Totally. Well, here's a good example. We'll kind of talk about it, but going through some of the other things, we're going to get to like Alfred Collins and stuff like that for
If you
sure.
if you have any Jake Moody highlights on here, I might just
I do
flip.
not. Don't worry.
Okay.
But this is the beautiful thing about Saleh being back. We drafted defensive tackles to stop the run. Like they're not our pass rushers. Get that out of your head. But if our DBs can just be solid here, look how exotic of a blitz that this allows us to bring a fifth man and pressure, and it's going to cause havoc. So you have a loop coming from the defensive end. They obviously don't pick it up, but this guy kind of pulls the old school Justin Smith,
Yeah, he
eats
does.
up two guys. So you have a looper inside. They actually pick it up nice, but because we're bringing the nickel, Bo Nix has no time.
Yeah.
So by
Cause the
having
safety.
so hopefully our defensive tackles can stop the run. Our DBs are solid, and if that's the case, you're going to see a lot of this year. I think, like,
Yeah.
which is
The one
awesome
thing,
to have
the
back.
one thing that I hope that I think a trend you've kind of seen in the NFL over the last few years is if your interior guys can at least get solid push,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just to eliminate that nice easy pocket for the quarterback to step up in. We
Yeah,
have more athletic guys, and the scheme that we play with the wide nine, right, allows you to make sure that you can, keep containment on more mobile quarterbacks, and that
right.
we have very fast linebackers in the center to cover the center of the field if a quarterback tries to get away, right?
Yeah, I mean that's
But
the only negative on this play, right? Like, let me try to add it back here. If this corner takes outside leverage, like Bo Nix doesn't get out of the pocket.
no,
So, like right here, he comes in too hot, right? Like down the line,
yeah, but he
allows Nix to kind
recovers,
of
makes the
roll.
play.
Yeah, he recovers, but if you're coming in outside in, I mean, this might be a sack, right? Because like you said, there's nowhere to step up here,
Yeah. No, it's a
So
good play. Good play
and
all around. Nice look. Really, I mean, I think that I just don't know what they were thinking last year with just going with Sorensen. I mean, I feel kind of bad for that guy. He was not set up in a position to be successful. He
he was just
wasn't the
not
guy
ready
for
at
that
all.
job. I get what they were trying to do, promote someone within, right? Just like they did with D'Amico and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
obviously, D'Amico is, he's a head coach of a fairly successful, growing franchise over there in Houston. It's, I mean, it's nice to have Sala back for sure. You see it in
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So now we got a few negative plays that I need to touch on. I think Alfred Collins is going to be fine. I'll just come out and say that. But you see him here lined up left defensive tackle, kind of on our left. He gets absolutely put on skates here. And you pointed out before this, yeah, it is a double team. And he's going to learn, obviously, but pad level gets too high.
He's
And the
way
other
too
guy
high.
to highlight is Nick Martin, number 45 at linebacker. These two guys absolutely ruin this play in a bad way. Collins gets driven back pretty hard. Martin just absolutely shoots the gap. Now, I don't know if, 50 is responsible for this A gap here, but Martin just takes off running.
Like, yeah. Like,
Instead
where's he going?
of, so
Like,
yeah.
54 doesn't even need to block him.
And I guess
Right.
I would understand the shooting if the handoff was on the other side, right? Like if he was directly going straight to, let's just say for it, the C gap, I would understand shooting that. But 50 here, one, is really slow to read this play. But Collins gets driven back so far, he can't even step up into the hole.
That's the problem.
I mean, look at this. So
it's 4 yards.
You've got everyone blocked, and I guess it's kind of on 50, but kind of not, because I think that's Stone Blanton. You got to be quicker to step up into the hole and at least push this back. But
it could be a scheme thing where Martin is just like, look, it could have been a run blitz, right?
See the hole open, hit it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to blitz that gap. But the worst offense is Collins playing like the Statue of fucking Liberty. He's 5 yards back off the ball, right? 36 misses a fucking tackle, which is not great. But, it's like he's so high here. And, he's got, it's
a tough play all the way around.
But it's good, right? It's good that they're getting this. There's obviously,
totally.
They drafted this guy for his raw physical abilities. He's just got to learn to use it a little bit more. So I'm glad they played these guys, right? So I know a few of them were a little nicked up. I really wish that Michael Williams could have played. I hope he can play this week. Because I'd like to see him. I think there's a lot of those teaching moments that it's so important to get on film, not in a practice session, right? Because you can say what you want to. It's just different. These guys are fighting for jobs right here on the offensive line, right? Like these guys are trying to make sure that they're working, when it comes week one. And, he just got his ass kicked and played the double team about, when you show how not to play a double team, that's one of the clips that you should probably use.
You're better off falling down and just creating a pile than
100%.
Getting driven back. The next two, this is my bigger concern about Nick Martin. The run fits, I think coming out, I was a little lower on him because I just didn't feel like he reads in a sense. He's more of a react player because he's so fast.
So this is kind of I don't know. This is kind of probably not fair, but we just look at and watch the linebackers and look at them. Doesn't Nick Martin look like a freshman that's starting on varsity?
He's definitely small.
He's small, but he just looks uneasy, right? He looks almost to me that he's overthinking things.
I think the game's moving a little too fast for him, and that's okay. Yeah. Like you said, that's what these preseason games are for.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
If D. Winters or Fred goes down, I know Tatum Bethune played pretty well, but watch this clip from 45. He's just lost, right? I understand. There's not even a play action here. This is a straight pass, and he's letting guys just cross his face. He clearly has that guy.
Yeah, what are you waiting for right here? Go, right?
And,
he's
late, and again he's running a guy, which is fine.
Yeah, but that is your strength. That is why you were drafted, is your speed.
That's my point, right?
And you're diagnosing the play late, and you don't have the speed to catch up and cross this guy's face.
Now, I know Bethune is opening up to the wide side, which is fine. He's getting depth. He's got to kind of see this guy crossing as well. But if Martin's, something's wrong. He's either supposed to be dropping into kind of that hook curl on the guy going vertical.
Yeah.
But if not, then yeah, you see the tight end crossing your face, like get up there, go get him, So I think there's that. And then this play, it's the same exact play. Sorry, I'll pause it here, start over. I think he's over here, what we're looking at, right side linebacker.
Yep.
Once again, fold, bam. Like even they're just, my concern is like if he gets in the game, man, they are just going to attack him all day with crossers.
The good news, like we said, he's got some very, very good film here to teach.
Yes,
right? Saul has
100%.
got some very good teaching film here with Nick Martin. He just gets way too fooled on a run play that's going away from him.
Yeah.
Right? You're over committing to that side so much, like you almost just have to like take a couple of shuffle steps. He takes like 3 or 4 huge steps.
Yeah,
His
he's just late
momentum,
recognizing him.
yeah, his momentum of his body is going the wrong way, and then he doesn't put his foot in the ground quick enough and accelerate back.
Right.
So, a good job, play design, play action, right? But,
yeah,
it's good that he's playing. Like, he just needs reps, right?
Totally.
To be serviceable. I don't think that, but there's, again, the problem where you drafted this guy, right?
You kind of need him to contribute a little bit earlier than maybe what's showing on the film. And I get it. He can make dramatic leaps over the next few weeks. Like you said, if I'm the Niners and Saleh, like I'm playing Nick Martin almost the whole game because he just needs to see plays coming at him. He needs to be able to learn to recognize certain things.
Injury be damned, right? I mean, you go at pick 75 overall in the draft, you've got to be able to come in and contribute right away. I mean, that's just your first 3 picks in the draft have to be able to come in and contribute.
Yeah.
And
and I don't doubt with his flying around in speed, he's going to play a pretty pivotal role in special teams, but you're not drafting a guy in the 3rd round to be a special teamer right out of the gates. Like you need that guy on the field. So a lot of learning opportunities, a lot of things that I think, were good. I think a lot of things that can be cleaned up, obviously. And I'm sure, Saleh's an awesome coach. Like I'm sure they're going through these things this week. And, hopefully we see a big improvement here coming up with the Raiders, which should be pretty interesting. I can't believe we even have enough people to field the squad to practice and play against them this weekend, but it should be fun. So I'm excited. So that's kind of just a little mini film breakdown that we had for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, it's very, I hope that they perform better against the Raiders. There's certainly some glaring issues out there. I would have liked to have seen them play Upton Stout.
So he's dealing with a little bit of an injury issue. Big surprise.
It's just one of those things where these young guys who you drafted in rounds 1 through 3, right? A 1st round pick, Michael Williams, didn't play. Upton Stout, 3rd round pick, didn't play, right? Like these guys need these reps, and it's just
they need them because once the season starts, they're not getting them. Like the ones and maybe some of the 2s are getting reps, but your 3rd, 4th string guys are not getting reps in practice. Like maybe Scout team,
Upton Stout is.
He is, but what I'm saying is similar to what you were just saying. Like he just needs to see it. Like he needs to get out there with route combos. He needs to get out there with communication. It's time to start sharpening the knives. Like they got Seattle in 3 weeks. It's here. So hopefully you're right. Stout can go. God knows what we'll see from the quarterback position this week, but it's pretty hard to score points when your quarterback can't throw the ball accurately to a receiver. So I'm not really I don't care about the score. Preseason means nothing.
No.
But, you at least want to see some an offense that can move the ball a little bit. It was pretty hard to watch in the second half.
For
sure.
Yeah, there was a tough watch in the second half, that's for sure. And you watch some of these other teams that are out there, right? You've got guys teams that are moving the ball, right? That are just doing the base level things well, kind of top to bottom as a team. And it's hard to watch that and not just be a little bit concerned.
Yeah,
right?
Can you just complete a basic, hook curl slant?
So my other question about quarterback is we drafted a quarterback in the 2nd round. Is Rourke, or in the 7th round? Is Rourke hurt?
Yeah. He had a torn ACL last year. He played all the senior season with it, and got surgery. Like they're pretty much redshirting him right now. Like he's going to
So
redshirt this
again,
year.
that's my issue. Like we drafted a guy in the 7th round, Nick Nash, who went as a UDFA, right? Went to the Falcons and signed him. I think that, you know, we drafted Brock Purdy with the last pick in the draft, so you would think that these guys probably, you know,
But
were.
again, even if it's not Nick Nash, right? Like we see the Jimmy Horn Juniors, LeJounte Wester, like these guys are playing and they're pretty good. Like they're going to probably make these teams. I know he was an undrafted guy, but you couldn't have used a 7th-round pick on like Xavier Restrepo, who went to the Titans, like from Miami, who was like super productive. Like
I mean,
I'm
he's
pretty
that
sure we
guy's
could
kind
use
of a
that guy right now.
he is a little bit of a midget, but
He is,
like,
but like he's an able-bodied, decent receiver, or like he's in the Panthers camp. He's probably going to make the team. Like you could have gone and signed Hunter Renfrow for nothing, but
yeah.
like nope, we drafted a sole punt returner with their 7th pick and took a redshirt quarterback with our other one.
I
Which
mean,
again,
Kyle Monangai went to the Bears as a running back. Tez Johnson went in the 7th round after. Kyle Monangai might be the running back number 2 for the Bears. Tez
yeah,
Johnson went to Oregon, right? Like LaQuint Allen, who is having a fantastic draft or camp for the Jags,
yep,
right? Like you're telling me, Phil Maffa from Clemson went after Rourke. So we took an injured quarterback, right? This guy Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, right?
yep,
He's making noise. Like I don't know. It
yeah.
seems like we just wasted a pick, right? So
Whoa. All right. Well, that might be my cue to end the old stream here.
all
But
right.
that's all we got. So
All right, guys.
until
We'll
next
be
time.
back for week 2 of the preseason. Um, you know, give us your thoughts. Curious to see what everyone else's read was on the game, what you liked, what you didn't like, what we were wrong about, what you liked we said. Love to hear it. Follow us on Twitter. Our tags are right there. Comment, we'll definitely answer some of the comments next week. If you guys throw them in there.
Yep. Cool. Talk to
All
y'all
right,
later.
guys.
Bye.
Peace.